Hey folks, welcome back. I have your latest home prices and insights for week ending June the 2nd. Before I get going, I want to send a special shout out to my friends at the Toronto Real Estate Show. They're on YouTube. You should check them out. Their link will be in the description below. They invited me as a guest this weekend on their show. We talked a whole bunch of stuff about real estate. Check it out. Like I said, the link will be down in the description below. You know, I'm working with buyers, I'm working with sellers. I am, for those of you just joining us, I'm a full-time realtor. This is what I do every single day. And it's been a little bit refreshing how lately, with some of the buyers I've been working with, we've actually been able to include a home inspection. I'm laughing because before, no conditions on offers, and lately we've been able to include a home inspection condition. We've been able to include a financing conditions, and this is working with some buyers who we've lost out on a few attempts where there's been multiple offers, and you keep plugging away, you keep looking, and we're able to find the situations out there where they could be the only one bidding on a property and be able to negotiate a very decent price. So things have changed a little bit, but with that said, prices are up again. I'll tell you more as we get into the show. Okay, so those of you that are just joining us, I have the Toronto, just the city of Toronto market that I'm going to be talking about here. Right now, just getting into the detached. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. This way, you're reminded when these videos come up. Lots of information here. Okay, so just the city of Toronto for week ending June the 2nd. We sold 273 detached properties last week. It's up from the previous week, lower than where we've been in some of the weeks in March and April, but 273 is an improvement from last week. And 65 of those properties were sold at $2 million or more, which is up from the previous week. Now, average sold price has been going up over the last several weeks. Last week, the average sold price was $1,778,000, so close to $1.8 million. Now, I should say, you know, I talk about these average sold prices, and it's for the city of Toronto, and it's not all of the GTA. I'm narrowing it down to try to give you as valuable information as possible, so it doesn't include all the other outskirts, the 905s. However, even with this information, it's still a big area of the city of Toronto. Let me show you how the almost 1.8 average sold price translates to 3 areas of Toronto. So I'm breaking it down here, average sold price by Central, West, and East Toronto. Average sold price, like huge differences between each area. Now, just to be clear, West Toronto is basically Dufferin down to the lake. West of that, so Etobicoke, Rexdale area, that's West Toronto. East Toronto is really Victoria Park, and then at O'Connor, Don Valley Parkway. So it's really all of Scarborough, and East York, the beach, Riverdale, all that is considered East Toronto. And Central, it's everything in between. And when we look at average sold price, now remember, for all of the city of Toronto is $1,778,000. Well, the Scarborough East York area, it's $1,252,000. Huge difference. When we compare the Scarborough, the East area, to Central, look at that, 1,252 to 2.5. That's like what, $1.3 million difference when it comes to average sold price. And then you have your West here. Almost 1.6 million average sold price. So in general, Toronto, close to 1.8 million, but depending on where you live, huge difference when it comes to average sold price. And if you're looking to make a move, you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell, it's so important you get a really good realtor on your side, because this is still, you know, talking about all of Central or all of East or West, still not good enough. It gives you an idea of where the market's going. However, you need somebody who's going to look at that neighborhood that you want to buy in, or that neighborhood, just a few streets in the area that you want to sell in, to find out what you should be selling, or what you can expect to sell at, or what you can expect to be buying at. If you need any help, let me know. Just message me below, or my contact details are around. Okay, so let's get back to all of the city of Toronto. Compared to last year, now, we were told to stay at home last year for the first time, the middle of March here, and boom, we came like nosedive straight down. But then as we started getting more comfortable with what was going on, and we realized we can't go shopping, we can't go to restaurants, might as well spend millions of dollars on a house, then people started buying, and average sold prices started to go up. We are way higher than we were last year at this time. We're in the 20s. For this week, it was 24%. We're way higher than we were. Ridiculous numbers, 24% higher than where we were last year. So like I said, the sales were higher than the previous week. Of those 273, 68% sold at list price or more. So sounds like there's lots of competition there. Well, 68% is kind of lukewarm. It's much lower than what it was before, when we were in the high 70s and 80s. That's when it was really fierce out there. So 68%, there's competition. I'd consider it lukewarm, really. Listings are down, and listings have been going down for the last 4 weeks. So sales are up, listings are down. What does that tell you for months of inventory? Well, months of inventory has come down now to 1.1. So the market got a little bit tighter last week, which helps to explain why average sold price is going up. So that's for all of the city of Toronto. For detached properties, months of inventory is 1.1. Let's take a closer look for West Toronto. Months of inventory is 1. For Central Toronto, months of inventory is 1.5. So just in the city of Toronto, very different. You got your West sitting at 1. Sorry, did I say 1? Yes, sitting at 1. Central sitting at 1.5. Well, kind of makes sense. You've got the average sold prices 2.5, the previous week 2.6. You're talking more of the luxury market, more of the higher priced homes. People are not necessarily lining up to overpay right away to buy these. Although some of them, there's lots of them that are selling at list price or more. Lots of them do have multiple offers, just not at the same extent as a $1.7 million home. And then you have the east side, months of inventory sitting at 0.8. Very tight market there. Lots more competition. As far as the average of 68% in all the city of Toronto selling at list price or more, for the east, it's way higher than that. It's closer to 80% selling at list price or more, just because of the price point average of 1.2 mil. It's an entry level, well, not entry level, but there's a lot more people looking for that price point than the $2 and $3 million price point. Taking a close look at semis, months of inventory has come down to 0.8, down from the previous week, a little bit tighter. Average sold price went up to $1,310,000 for the average semi. There was only 97 semis sold in all of the city of Toronto, and sold at list price or more, 84%. So if you're looking to buy a semi, you're competing. If you're looking to sell, assuming that your price is where it should be, so that's why you need the right realtor on your side to help you with pricing strategies. As long as your pricing strategy is right, you should be looking at and choosing on multiple offers. Townhouses, months of inventory also has come down from the previous week to 0.8. Average sold price also has come down to $1,168,000. Now, a couple of weeks back, we were way up at $1,354,000. But that particular week, I just have a note there that 7 townhomes sold between $2 million and $2.9 million, which just really ramped up the average sold price. So if that didn't happen then, like this particular week that just the luxury townhouses just exploded with 7 of them being sold. And I say that, 7 might not sound a lot, but there was only 34 sales of townhouses being done during this last week. Well, if that wasn't there, then average sold price would kind of be over here instead of way up there. So 1,168,000 is lower from the previous week, but just a little bit on the lower side of where it's been over the last few weeks. Let's really dive into condos now, because there's a lot of things going on here. So sales have gone up from 324. We're now at 371 condos sold last week for week ending June the 2nd. The amount of condos that sold at $1 million or more is also much higher than the previous week. From 32 we went up to 45, and when we kind of look back over the span of maybe 8 months that I have on the board here, 45 is a very strong week for condo selling, the more expensive condos selling at $1 million or more. Average sold price for condos has been going up for the last few weeks now. $752,000 was the average sold price for condos last week. I've looked back, I've done some research. As far as I could tell, that's a record price. We've never had a weekly average that high. I know when Treb pulls out their monthly averages in their summaries, I've looked back for as long as Treb has been recording these prices, we've never had a monthly average that's been higher than 752. So we've got one of the highest prices ever in condos from a time where not too long ago people were talking about how condo prices are just, you're going to pick up a condo for free was kind of some people's attitudes, and investors were pulling out and there was a ton of inventory. We don't even have immigration back yet. We don't have the students back yet in downtown Toronto. Lots of people have moved out of the downtown core, and yet we have one of the highest average, well, I believe the highest average sold price we've ever had in the condo market. Compared to last year, we're higher by 13% from where we were at this time last year when it comes to condo. Now, last year we sold 14 at $1 million or more. This year we sold 45. For sure, average sold price should be higher just by that alone. But if we go back, we can see average sold price has been going up. So let's not even look at, on 1 week, it's hard to talk about a trend. But, look at 8 months back. We can see average sold price has been going up. And over these 8 months, we're, 600 here, 655 there. So between 600 and 655, now we're at 715 to 752, 730, 726. We're up 70, 80, 90,000 from where we were about 9 months ago. Condo prices are up. I don't know if they're coming down, but they're up. Again, compared to last year, we're up by 13%. Sales of the 371, 62% sold at list price or more. So there's competition there, but not a lot. It's like I said, lukewarm. I think it's going to be my new term. When we're in the 60s, I'm going to say it's lukewarm competition. Listings are up 794. That brings it's very similar to where it was before active listings, just slightly higher. But because of sales, listings, you look at the whole combination, how many condos are actually available for sale, months of inventory has come down to 1.4. So the market got a little bit tighter, which helps to explain why average sold price is going up. And when we look at, as a summary, months of inventory across the city of Toronto, detached is down, semis down from the week before, towns are down from the week before, and condos are down from the week before. And as months of inventory comes down, supply and demand, it means there's more demand than supply, and it means we're going through the stock quick. We're going through the amount of listings quicker, which means more competition. As we do that, prices tend to go up. Here we have for just the city of Toronto, detached west, central, and east, months of inventory, 1.5 for central, east is sitting at 0.8. You might be thinking, hey, at 1.5 there's less competition, I should buy there. You'd be right in saying that, but the other part of the puzzle here is that the average sold price in central is 2.5 million or more. Look, you know, lots of people talk about the prices in the city of Toronto. There's so many headlines about it's not sustainable and it's crazy. And these talks have been going on for years and years and years. And each year, it just gets worse and worse and worse. I know you're not asking me for my opinion, but my attitude is these are the prices. And if you're on the sidelines and you're thinking, I'm waiting for them to come down, some people are just thinking they're going to come way, way down. Hey, you know what? Maybe. I doubt it. Maybe 5%, maybe 10%, maybe 5%, 10% the other way. But these are the prices, and they're not going to really fluctuate too far from where they are now. This is what it costs to live in the city of Toronto. This is what it's going to be, and overall, over time, it's going up from here. That's my attitude. I know for a lot of you that's controversial, but it's not a right to own a home. It's just like buying stock or buying a car. We're not guaranteed that we all have to drive a big fancy Mercedes. It's just life. That's what it costs. And it's tough if you're going to get into the market. And for those of you that are, congratulations. Those of you that are not, there's ways of doing it. My name is Santo Sessa. I'm a full-time realtor with RE/MAX Premier. If I can help with anything, please reach out. Have a great day.